I never thought that I was going to need to make another video about this, but since publishing my last one, some things have happened and they need to be talked about. And I want to start out by saying this is not an attack on the Cambodian people. This is my personal experience and what's happened since I put my last video online. Now, the last video I made was where me and my friend were violently attacked at Angkor Wat in Cambodia, and then the shocking aftermath that followed. Since publishing the video, I have received some amazing support, but also an unbelievable amount of anger and hate. People are attacking me personally. They're trying to discredit me. The video itself was first restricted and then banned by the Cambodian government in an official statement. And they've also gone as far as to create fake news articles to frame the situation in a completely false way that does not reflect my lived experience. So today I want to talk about the backlash, the comments, the questions people have been asking, the actual ban from the Cambodian government, as well as what this video was originally intended to be. This is definitely the part of standing up and telling the truth that I was not expecting. Let's start with some of the questions that have been coming up. So just to be clear, this didn't happen last week. It happened over a year ago. And the reason why I didn't share it then was because I wasn't ready to. It took me months to heal physically and even longer to heal mentally. This was an extremely traumatic and scary experience, and knowing that there would be some backlash, I didn't realize it was going to be so much. I didn't want to respond with anger and emotion. So I took the time I needed to heal and then chose to share it now. And I think that some better questions that you should be asking is, does it really matter when I shared this or that it happened in the first place? Why were we attacked in front of security guards we were asking for help, who watched while a woman was punched in the face and I was being violently beaten on the ground of Angkor Wat? Why did they refuse to take me to the hospital for hours while my head was bleeding? I had a cracked rib, I couldn't see out of my eye, and I was bleeding all over my body. Why did they send the witnesses away that came forward like I show in the video? And I think most importantly, why did the police treat us in such a terrible way and somehow think it was okay? So maybe just think about those before asking me why I'm sharing it now, but rather why it happened in the first place. Now, the next question is, how do we know this really happened? It really happened. I show you videos and photos of the incident as it's happening. I would never put my name on something, my credibility on the line, or put something on my channel that wasn't true. I've built up a reputation over the years for sharing the truth, as well as the beauty of travel, but also the bad things that come along with it sometimes. So you don't have to believe me, but this is the truth, whether you like it or not. Just because something's shocking doesn't mean that it's not real. The next question is, why did I include Thai translations on my post? Well, I posted this video on my personal Facebook page as well as my YouTube channel, where I have a lot of Thai supporters because I made a lot of videos in Thailand. So I translate it for them whenever it's relevant. It was my page. I didn't post it on a Cambodian page, and not include it. I posted it on my personal page, which got shared all over the place, and it got shared a lot. But I did include commerce subtitles on the video so that you could understand, as well as subtitles in 20 other languages so that people could watch it and hear the truth. Did the Thai government pay me to make this video? And that's an absolutely just crazy thing to ask. No one paid me to make this video. As much as I love Thailand, I'm not affiliated with the Thai government. This was a real experience that happened in Cambodia, and I don't even understand how it turned into a Thailand issue. This was me being attacked in a temple. I'm American. I'm not Thai. So why is somehow Thai people and the Thai government being blamed? Do I love Thailand? Do I live in Thailand? Yes. But if this had happened in Thailand, I would have made the video about it in Thailand. But it didn't happen there. It happened in Cambodia. And I just don't understand how we're going from this terrible thing that happened to blaming Thailand or accusing me of being paid by Thailand. Why did you start a fight and then try to blame others? Now, we didn't start a fight. We got attacked. We tried to avoid a fight. But the beginning of this was me just explaining to someone that there was a line. I also was standing up for an elderly woman that was obviously uncomfortable as this Russian guy was making demands of her to take his photo at the front of the line that she had been waiting in. Telling or asking someone to follow the rules is not starting a fight. And I think that's part of the problem of what's going on in the world right now. Everyone's so afraid. Oh, if you say something, you have to be prepared to fight about it. No, I just was explaining that there were rules, in case maybe he didn't know. And then, however he chose to take it, he stalked us for 2 hours and then attacked us in front of security guards. That's not starting a fight, that's being attacked. There is a huge difference. And people, if you just let people do whatever they want and don't even say something, then that's what makes them think they can keep doing whatever they want. And the last one is, why is there not more footage? You're framing this in your own light. Well, the reason why there's no footage is because I wasn't filming a video here this day. I wasn't even making videos for YouTube at the time. I had been on a 1-year sabbatical and we were attacked. So we weren't planning on filming anything. I'm just glad that Olivia had the presence of mind to pick up the camera after she got punched in the face and was on the ground. Now, you don't see him attacking me because she was recovering from being punched in the face, and when she finally did get out her phone, you see me on top of the guy putting him into the ground because I finally had to stand up for myself because no one else came to my aid. And I show the hospital, the tuk-tuk, the police laughing at me while I'm asking for help. The security there didn't help us, the people didn't help us, the police didn't help us. I am bleeding, my eye is blurry. I hope my eye doesn't go blind. It's funny to you that I might go blind because I was attacked in your temple. And the next question is, why don't you have the police yelling at you, threatening you, intimidating you? Do you think the police are going to let us record at the police station? I mean, come on, have some common sense. I captured, or Olivia captured, what she could of the situation. If people disagree with me, I would love to be interviewed. I would love for them to present other footage. I asked the police to try to find some. I asked other people to come forward, but nobody did. So this is the truth. And unless somebody can prove that it's not, you're just going to have to accept that while this is shocking and terrible, it was real. Now, next I'm going to share the actual ban from the Cambodian government in an official document, and this is the translation. I'll put it up right here for you. This is a press release. The first point is that this incident occurred on February 7th, 2024. It was a private dispute between an American tourist and a Russian tourist and did not involve Cambodian authorities. The conflict arose when both individuals competed for a specific photo spot and used abusive language towards each other at the Eastern Dancer Hall of Ta Phram Temple. Now, this is completely false. There was no abusive language used. We weren't competing for a photo spot. There were people in line, and this guy cut in line, and I just told him that there was a line and someone would take a photo for him when he got to the front. And the only part that is true is that it did not involve Cambodian authorities because they didn't do anything. It was their job to tell him that, but they didn't. And it was their job to look out for us and protect us when we were asking for help, but they didn't. Point number 2. The tourism agents of the APSARA National Authority provided initial assistance to the individuals involved and escorted them to the Siem Reap Provincial Tourism Police Unit for mediation. As a result, both parties agreed to settle the matter on the same day, as recorded in the attached report. This is a complete fabrication, a complete lie. They didn't mediate anything. And I mean, it didn't happen on the same day. I had to beg them to send me to the hospital where I was until 11 p.m. that night after them refusing to take me for hours. And they did, however, take me back to the police station at 11 o'clock when an officer in a t-shirt had no idea that anything had happened. I explained my story for an hour, and he said, okay, come back tomorrow. So it took at least 2 days, not on the same day, and they didn't mediate anything. Number 3, both parties apologized to the relevant authorities and the Cambodian people for the disturbance they caused. They expressed regret for the incident that occurred at the temple, which is a sacred place in Cambodia. Now, the only true part about this is that it is a sacred temple in Cambodia. Did I make an apology? Are people sending me lots of screenshots of it? Yes, I did. After the police threatened to put me in jail for 3 years if I didn't make it. They refused to prosecute the guy, told me if they did prosecute him, me and Olivia, who didn't do anything, would have to go to jail for 3 years, but we'd also have to wait probably for a year before we would even be able to go to court, but we'd have to be in jail for that time. That's not an apology, people. That is coercion. They coerced us under threat of jail to make an apology. And the people keep sharing this like it's some fact that I'm apologizing, but I was threatened into making an apology. That's not an apology. And they didn't mediate anything. And here is the real kicker, which doesn't sound so bad, but I'll explain in just a second. The last line is, in light of the above clarification, the APSARA National Authority kindly requests the public to be aware of the facts and refrain from sharing the aforementioned video. Now, in itself, that doesn't sound very sinister, but I did receive a comment from a local Cambodian person in Siem Reap that explained what this really means. He's actually the one that shared the press release with me. He said, "You will definitely not receive any justice or resolution for what you experienced in Cambodia. I can guarantee that. Because even your video, if any Cambodian sees it or shares it, whether on Facebook or YouTube, in wartime situations like we're in, shocking news that makes the country look bad will result in immediate imprisonment and charges of treason." Yes, I did not write that incorrectly. Imprisoned for treason. Cambodian leaders are extremely active on social media, especially Facebook. If they see someone sharing this kind of news, the police will reach that person's home very quickly. What? The police didn't reach me very quickly while I was being attacked, but if people try to share the truth, they're going to be charged with treason. That is absolutely bonkers. I don't even know how to respond to something like that. And I feel terrible for the Cambodian people that you have to deal with something like this. So this ban, this press release, is completely falsified. And they went one step further by creating fake news articles to discredit me that you can see right here. The ANA denounces YouTube video misrepresenting Angkor Wat incident. From the photo spot dispute to a viral attack, how a minor incident at Angkor Wat has turned into a global drama. APSARA National Authority clarifies facts behind alleged assault at the Angkor site. Now, this is crazy. They're making fake news to reframe an assault that happened in their temple. I love when they say minor attack. Look at these injuries. And you're saying this is minor? There's also a section in one of them that says the moral of the story: 3 bruises, 2 years later, 0 credibility. The story perfectly illustrates the logic of digital drama. The smaller the facts, the grander the narrative. 3 bruises become a symbol, a misunderstanding turns into an existential ordeal, and a missed selfie becomes an opportunity to put an entire country on trial. The author may have sought to raise awareness, but he mainly succeeded in raising smiles. 3 bruises? Did I just show you the injuries that I had? Do those look like bruises? Is a cracked rib a bruise? Is my eye being blinded for 3 days a bruise? Is my head bleeding a minor injury? I mean, I needed physical therapy. I had to go see an eye specialist. I had to have acupuncture to fix my back. These are minor injuries. I mean, it's insulting. And the worst part is, Cambodian people keep making comments that they believe this. They keep reposting these things to me. I'm American and I don't believe when my government says stuff. You know that the government in Cambodia is not above board and you're just taking their word for this? I was there. I have video of it. Again, if anybody else has some conflicting views, please show them. Please tell me. Please interview me. I would love to tell you my side of the story. But fake news, it is absolutely bonkers. I can't even believe it that this has ever happened. But you know what? Crazy things happen, and they could happen anywhere. It doesn't just happen in Cambodia. It happens in America. It happens in other places. But this happened to me, and I'm not going to be silent while they try to cover it up. Now, the next one is a big one. People keep complaining about my title as being clickbait, which the title is, I was attacked at Angkor Wat, and then things got worse. What part of that is not true? I was attacked at Angkor Wat, and then things got worse. That's pretty much as straightforward as it gets. And the thumbnail that says Cambodian nightmare, it was a Cambodian nightmare, not because of the Russian attack, but it happened in Cambodia, and the attack wasn't even the worst part. It was the response or non-response of the security, and then being threatened by police and withheld medical attention. And people keep showing my screenshots of the video that I put up, and they're saying that you got what you asked for because it shows people standing around me with gauze pads. This is not medical attention. I had serious injuries, and they took me to a holding area outside in the dirt where they were interrogating me until Olivia kept demanding that we go to the hospital. You can see it in the video clip right here.
And we need to go to hospital for his eyes.
And he
eye.
took his finger in my eye. My eye blurry. Cannot see. Yeah, cannot see.
Can we go to the hospital?
Need to go to hospital.
Can we go to hospital right now? Yeah, hospital. We need a hospital.
Yeah, no, they know.
We need to go. You tell them we need to go to hospital.
Then they finally decide that they can keep interrogating me if they give me some sort of treatment, but they didn't have a first aid kit. So they sent somebody out to get a first aid kit, and when they came back, it only had gauze in it. They didn't even have alcohol or antiseptic. I have open wounds on me, and they're dumping bottles of water on my head and rubbing them with gauze pads. This is not medical treatment, people. This is ridiculous treatment. And that's all I really have to say about that. Stop sharing photos that I provided of the miscare that I got and saying that I got exactly what I asked for, because that's not what I asked for. And I'm not asking you to take sides. I'm not asking you to agree with me. I'm just asking you to listen, look at the facts, look at the fact that I provided something that was real, because I have videos of it. I have the injuries to prove it. I was there. And then look at what the government is doing. They banned the video. They threatened under being charged with treason if you share the video. They created fake news to discredit me. And there's a bunch of YouTube videos as well that are out there that probably come from them too, but they are at least from Cambodians that also accuse me of lying about this entire incident. Just think about that for a second. Who has more to lose from this, me or them? I have a reputation for being honest, for sharing the truth. What does the Cambodian government have a reputation for? I don't know. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, think for yourself before you attack me. And speaking of attacks, there have been a lot of comments that have come from this, and on my YouTube video alone, there's I think 5,000 while I'm making this video. The Facebook post has the same, and this has been shared on so many pages. I keep having people share it with me, so I would say there's over 20 or 30,000 comments. I've never had any kind of a response like that to anything. So I just wanted to share some of the positive ones and some of the negative ones, which is what sparked me making this video in the first place. Let's start with some of the good ones, and I'm not going to be responding to these. I'm just reading them to you so that you can see the kind of response I've been getting from this whole situation. I just picked these randomly. There's been so many wonderful ones. These are just the ones that I saw when I went on there quickly to pick some out. This is from a Cambodian person. You can see how many comments from my heart expressing pity for you both, and how I expressed and felt disappointed about all those officers, right? We Cambodian people, calmer, even country is small and poor, but it lives human beings like you both too. We want justice, freedom, dignity like you both do. We are human beings, please. The next one, I saw your video on YouTube. I am Cambodian. I'm so sorry this happened to you in our country. I hope you will visit again soon with great feeling. Hello, sir. I'm sorry about this incident. It's good that you were able to defend yourself. You know the population suffers under a corrupt government that has ruled for over 40 years. Anyone who opposes or criticizes government also ends up in prison. Don't forget, there are also many corrupt police officers there. It's a shame that the Russian ruined your vacation in Cambodia. I think many calmer people, 99% are on your side, minus 1% corrupt police officers. I'm really sorry you went through that. I was there a few years ago and had a positive experience. I'm Thai, and even with the current tensions between Thailand and Cambodia, I've always found Cambodian people to be kind. I wish the police had treated you more fairly. I don't support stereotypes, but I've encountered some Russian tourists in Thailand who behave in ways that feel disrespectful, and I hope they will show more regard for local norms of politeness and empathy. And it's been primarily positive comments coming through from subscribers, from strangers, from Cambodian people, which is amazing. But then there is the other side, and that is the negative comments, and there have been a lot. So now let's take a look at a few of those. You have conflicts with other foreigners who are not my people, and you blame all mistakes on my country. Are you worthy of being a human being? You say that no one will meet you. What is the picture for you do want to corrupt my country? You are the worst person in the world. You have conflicts with other foreigners, but you blame all mistakes on my country. Post on social media to make people know that my country is a bad country. In fact, you don't admit your mistakes. Did ties give you money to make you rich? You sound like a drama queen. Please stay out of Cambodia. Bro is a paid actor. Ha ha. You deserve it. The world can see you. You did this on purpose. The makeup is a bit dark, bro. He beats you in your face. Your eye's supposed to be bleeding, and you leave dark red eyes on the white area. That's why you need to practice before filming a show, queen. Hey, stupid guy. You fight with someone, not Cambodian. Why are you blaming my country? What you want, tell me. You quarreled with other foreigners. It was your fault. Why don't you accept the blame and blame my country instead? Are you crazy? How much Thailand pay you? You deserve that, bro. Toxic content. Your own blood is full of naughty sissy, not gentlemen. So, you know, that's the reality of this. Social media, when you share a hard truth, it makes people uncomfortable. And I'm just so grateful to all the people out there that have been there to support me and get me through this, especially when the incident actually happened. And your kindness and everything is just absolutely beautiful. You are wonderful people, and you remind me that there are good people in the world. And before I end this video, I wanted to tell you what this video, or what the original video, was actually about. As I explained thoroughly in it, but the problem is I can see in my YouTube analytics how long different countries watch a video for in general. It gives me an average, and the average amount of time that Cambodia watches for, even with calmer subtitles, is less than 2 minutes. So if you're only watching the first 2 minutes of the video, then you don't actually see any of the truth. You don't actually see how we were treated, what happened, the hospital, the police part, or the fact that I'm talking about trying to make a change for them, or for you if you're Cambodian. You know, this video was about doing the right thing. It was about standing up and not just letting people bully everyone around them. And that's why bullies exist. It's because nobody stands up to them. And one person shouldn't have to. If someone is a bully, then everyone should stand up to them. If someone is doing something wrong, then everyone should say something. Our world is in such a crazy place right now. We live online behind that screen, and we say inflammatory things, and we believe fake news, and we forgot how to be good to each other. And if we could all just be better people, if we could all stand up for what's right, we could change the world. We could live in a place that's wonderful for everyone. And that's what the video was about. It was about doing the right thing. It wasn't about blaming Cambodia. It wasn't about holding a country responsible. It was about holding individuals in that country responsible. I shared my experience honestly. It just happened to be in Cambodia. And I want to thank everyone that listened. And I hope that this answered some questions and that it can force some change in a positive way, not just in Cambodia, but in all of us, because the people are what make a place special. The people are what make the world what it is. And when we stop speaking up, when we stop doing the right thing, when we start being afraid, we let those bad people, those evil ones, we let them take over. And if you let it go on for too long, then it becomes too hard to get away from it. My Buddhist master, he always told me about keeping your mind like a garden. And that means picking out the little weeds when they're little, because if you let them grow into a tree, they can be almost impossible to remove. So Pick out the weeds, stand up, crush the bad with the good. Shine the light on the darkness so you don't have to be afraid of it anymore and make a change. And yeah, that's it. This is the end of that chapter. I'm happy to put it behind me. I'm happy to move forward. And in the future, we are going to be doing some amazing things. And if bad things happen, we'll talk about those too. But come on, people. Be better. Be the best versions of yourself. Because together, we can change the world.